basically displayed in a very obvious way. So for this, for the demonstration, I'm going to call up two people from you. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's just think for a while that there are two different groups. There will be different groups from the classroom. So he's from a group and she's from another group. They will be given a list like this that says the shape hunt, and there's find a red square, find a black circle. So things like this will be written in there. It's a to-do list, and for this they will be given and this. So as you can see, there are different colored shapes given to them and a list where they will be carry on. Okay. So there's a list and there are different color shapes. The thing that they'll have to do is the hunt is they will have to look around their classroom and find these exact colored shapes. And they'll have to look around they're in their classroom, not a very specific place, right? So that is why we chose this, because we imagine this as our classroom and there are things placed in the classroom, right? So they will, for this activity, they'll get 10 seconds because this is a very short version of the main activity. So please look for the shapes and attach it to the wherever you find it. Thanks. So there's okay, great. So as you can see, for this they actually had to use their focused attention to find their specific shapes, and also they had to know the colors, because there are also black rectangle and other color circles and triangles. But now, when they think that it's done, but it's not done. So the thing is, so now there's a twist. What's the twist? The thing is, as you are my students right now, can you please close your eyes? Okay, now I'll change the placement. So this is just this is just a mini version. A lot of other shapes will be changed, but for now I just changed one. Can you please open your eyes? Okay. So you didn't know about this part, I know. So now what I want to know is, in the first phase of this activity, you focus on the things that was placed on your list. But have you looked around? Have you seen what other shapes are there? So that is why now my question is, one of the shapes, they have been changed, their places, one with another. So can you please look around and tell me what is that shape that has changed its previous place?
You are standing there, and right now you're sitting here.
So what does that tell you? It's okay. You can take some time.
Okay, I got it. Probably there was a red something.
Red. Oh yeah, that's okay. Let me have red rectangle. Yeah.
Has been replaced one thing and
this circle something was here.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, you actually got it right. So the thing that was changed is basically this. So the one of the shapes that changed their previous places. So for the first part, they actually have to use their focused attention, and the next part, what I actually wanted to include was, do we actually observe the things around us, or are we just focused on the things that we have in our mind? So that is how this hunt will include the principle, all the principles. That is, the first one is it includes the entire physiology because they're walking around the classroom, and the second one is it includes both focus, attention, and peripheral perception. So as I have demonstrated the whole thing, that is how the two principles is included in this activity. And since it's a hunt, not a lot of things are displayed, but of course, this is very minimalistic, and not a lot of things are used for this. This is basically white art papers, and one thing I would like to add here is this has been colored. This is not a red art paper, or this is not a blue art paper. This is all white. This is what I want I want my students to color it themselves, because we all know coloring helps us ground ourselves, or it also helps us to concentrate more or gain or concentrate in a better way. So that is also one thing we can include while preparing the material. So this is all from my part. I will like to introduce Jackie.
Thank you, Butterfly. So after doing all these hunt, I think all of us are really get exhausted. So don't worry, I will like don't do any activity that you need to jump or do anything else. Okay. So as we have just done hunt, our brain is just jumping. Like the focus of our brain is just like changed or modified. So to attract this, just look at this beautiful sunflower. So this sunflower is my yellow or learning outcome. So it is for grade 6, and the learning outcome is like students will be able to identify adjectives for given nouns. So at first, for doing this thing, at first I will just teach my student like what are the basic characteristics of adjectives. And for this, I will like use an example which is really familiar to them. Is that like adjectives are just like bashar artists because they give us extra information regarding nouns and pronouns. I think this will actually help us. Well, currently I'm sounding like her, but I'm not. So after connecting with their real life experience, I will just explain like adjectives are explaining different shapes and numbers, colors of adjectives and pronouns, and it actually describes nouns and pronouns. And after doing so, just have a quick CFU, like all when students have understands or not. So for this, Rakib, can you tell me if I ask like this is triangle shape? So this triangle, is it noun or is it what? It is noun. Triangle. Okay. If the triangle is noun, then what is the color?
For triangle?
Like what color is in this triangle?
Yellow.
Yellow. So yellow. What kind of parts of speech is yellow is?
I forgot.
You forgot. But I guess you remember the words Basharasharantis and triangle. If you consider yourself a triangle and yellow is your color, so isn't it like extra information about yourself?
Yes.
So now can you connect like what type of parts of speech it is?
As this provides the extra information, I think you told before that it's the adjective.
That's great. That's my student. So our students can learn about this. And after that, like to enhance their capability more, I will just divide the whole class in several groups. For example, 5 members in a group, and after that, I will give them these like handout and these adjective words. And after distributing them, they will just like each group have one described handout and some adjective cards, and I will give them like 10 minutes, and they will discuss in a group, and they will find the suitable adjectives for this like noun or for this pronoun. Okay, so this is the overall activity. So how this activity actually linked with our principles? So at first, by showing this sunflower, whatever I have did, I have just grasped the attention. So it is the focused it is connected with the principle that learning involves focused learning involves the focused attention. Focused attention. My bad. Learning involves the focused attention, and after that, while they are just thinking about the characteristics, they also need to look for while they will do the group work. They need to focus on the adjective cards very quickly. So they may not have the focused attention there. There they need to use their peripheral vision, and that will connect the other portion of this principle, like peripheral perception. So thus this principle is connected with this activity, and these materials are very low cost. How? Let me just explain. So this is a whole notebook cover page which I have used, and this is the BOI copies recycling pages which I have colored. So this is literally a no cost. Some stapler is used here. So otherwise, all those things are really no cost, and these are low cost for me. But if I consider the cost, still it is very low cost, because these papers actually contain like the price of these papers are only like 1 taka. So this is really low cost like materials. So this is from my end, and now I will give the floor to Percy. Hi.
Percy, you don't have much time, okay? You got your time in the class. Don't compensate.
Okay, so thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see that I have created this children's angle. So basically, before explaining this, let me tell you basically this. What is this? The learning outcome of this project is the students will be able to differentiate between acute angle, right angle, and obtuse angle. And as usual, we all know very well that acute angle is something which is less than 90 degree, right angle is exactly 90 degree, and obtuse angle is greater than 90 degree. So basically, whenever I give the example of angle, since once upon a time I was in army, I always give the example of missile. That angle is something like missile. And I always motivate students to join Navy. So yes, let's say that this is a missile and I'm sending just prone. Okay, so yes, 3 idiots I can remember. Okay, so this is 60 degree. Okay, so okay, similarly that yes, that 45 degree angle that I'm that's sending a missile, I'm throwing a missile to, let's say, India or Myanmar. So this is the basic principle. Okay, so that's why, and you can see that this can be moved in any direction. And regarding the cost, honestly speaking, that I got this wooden a few years ago from a road randomly while making a science project, and this is a basically hand fan, and I just recycle it, and this wooden has been put here by my father, and he also helped me a little bit, and all these posters have been recycled. So another point that yes, that students will be able to focus to this part, because yes, they are focusing all the angles. And another one is the peripheral perception is also present here. And finally, before finishing, I would like to say that this activity is also related to the mathematical intelligence among all the intelligences of the students, because students will be able to think analytically at the same time to analyze the mathematics properly, and at the same time they can also enjoy throughout the whole. And yes, finally another point, I missed it. This particular project has been made especially for the students of class 4. As you can see that there is no reflex angle. There is no vertically opposite angle. There is no adjacent angle. I have not given any complexity, only for the students of class 4 I have created this. And this can be done both individually and also group wise. So thank you.
You're teaching us for throw missiles.
Not meant to join in Navy and Army.
Next cadet.
Yes. So, what about you done?
Oh, ma'am, do you have any time for a conclusion?
I think 2 students will get penalties here. So yes. Baki don't touch. Give it a suspense. Oh, which
So, attention and peripheral perception is something that we may sometimes see in classrooms in our countries, but we have tried to explore the fascinating realm of involving the entire physiology in our learning outcomes. So, how that helps? So, it helps to incorporate our physical movements along with kinesthetics to grasp our learning outcomes. So, it also helps to ensure the learning outcome that is not often seen in our classrooms, that students are only taking just one-way lectures, so they don't have any involvement in the outcome. So it is a very good way to enable active learning in our students. So creating an active learning environment is not something easy, that it is a hard thing to do, and this needs to be done in incorporating strategies. So I think that that's all from our side. Thank you everyone for your attention. Thank you so much.
Very good.
Thank you everyone. So you guys can ask questions as many as
Yes, I'm happy
you
to
want.
I think first you should answer.
First, I'd like to say that I really liked the hunt. I think it was very engaging, interactive. Thank you for that. I have just a little suggestion for the number line. We actually thought of it এখানে আসার পরে কাগজ দিয়ে যখন করছেন তখন হচ্ছে অনেক সময় লেগেছে ওটা বানাতে, সময় লাগছে হচ্ছে এখানে জাস্ট বানানো যেত, এটা একটা করা যেত। আর ক্লাসে হচ্ছে আমরা চক ব্যবহার করে অথবা বাইরে হচ্ছে again চক ব্যবহার করে আমরা একে হচ্ছে ওটা করি
Instantly.
হ্যাঁ, that's just my explanation.
Thank you.
Actually, I want to say something on this. আমি যদি এখানে হচ্ছে কস্টিক দিয়ে করতাম এই জিনিসটা আমি সেকেন্ড টাইম ইউজ করতে পারতাম না, বাট দিস ক্যান ইউজ সেকেন্ড টাইম। আমি আমার ক্লাসরুমে এটা আবার ব্যবহার করতে পারবো। অ্যান্ড রিউজেবল, চকের জিনিসটাও রিউজেবল কিন্তু থাকতেছে না, বাট এই জিনিসটা আমি রিউজ করতে পারতেছি। আই এম নট গোয়িং টু জাস্ট টিচ ওয়ান ক্লাস অনলি, আই এম গোয়িং টু টিচ মেনি আদার ক্লাসেস ইন ডিফারেন্ট পিরিয়ড টু। সো এটা বাকি টাইমগুলোতে লাগবে। থ্যাংক ইউ ফর দ্য সাজেশন।
Thank you.
Before anyone else asks, because it's about the first activity, I need actually a bit of clarification about that, because you say that these are unrelated equations, right? So you had 5 or 6. So when they're